أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على محمد وآل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين السلام على المهدي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. In every age, believers have looked towards the horizon with hope, waiting for justice, longing for the moment when the final proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, rises to fill the earth with equity after it has been filled with injustice. But between now and that moment lies a path full of signs, events, transformations, and tests. Today, we begin a series that aims to bring clarity to that path. Not through sensationalism, not through rumors, not through emotional reactions to worldly events, but through a structured, subject-based, time-based study of authentic narrations regarding the reappearance of the Imam alayhi as-salam. Because one of the biggest problems in our community is that whenever a major political event happens, everyone rushes to attach it to a sign of the reappearance of the Imam alayhi salam. One speaker says one thing, another speaker claims another. Suddenly confusion spreads, hope becomes shaky, and people are left wondering what to believe. But the narrations of the Ahlulbayt alayhim salam did not come to confuse us, they came to guide us. And when we examine them carefully, obviously organized by topic and by sequence, and especially by time frame, a pattern emerges, a map emerges, and that is what this series is all about. In this series, we will focus on a very specific period, 6 months leading to the appearance or the reappearance of Imam Mahdi alayhi as-salam. And you might be wondering why 6 months? Because the narrations of the Ahlulbayt alayhim salam tell us that the final half year, 6 months, before the rise of the Imam is unlike any other time. It's a period of rapid, decisive events that unfold with remarkable clarity for those who understand the science, but overwhelmingly confusing for those who do not. Now, these 6 months is where the definite major signs appear. The last 6 months in the year before the year of the appearance of the Imam alayhi salam. So everything will happen within 6 month time period. That's why it's really important that you and I look at these 6 months and see which sign happens in these 6 months. And if the signs all fit this 6 month period, then we have 100% certainty that the year after would be the year where the Imam alayhi salam rises. And keep in mind, our goal is not to set dates. Our goal is to understand the framework that the Ahlulbayt alayhim salam themselves provided. Now, in this series is meant to be a guidebook, a map you can return to whenever the world shakes. Now, today, information spreads faster than ever, and misinformation spreads even faster. The moment a conflict erupts, a disaster occurs, or a political shift happens, messages begin to circle. Is this the Sufyani? Is this the Yamani? Is this the black flags? He has already appeared. This is a sign that have started. The reappearance is next month, and so on and so forth. And with every new claim, people become more confused, more discouraged, and even at cases, mind you, and sometimes even numb. They just don't care anymore. But when we organize the narrations in a logical, scientific way, a way that follows subject, sequence, and timeline, we find that the picture becomes much clearer. So not everything is a sign. Not everything that matches superficially fits the description. Not every global event is part of the final timeline. The narrations of the Ahlulbayt alayhimussalam have criteria, condition, and specific characteristics that must be met. Our job is to study them in a proper manner before we begin giving verdicts. So we do not approach this topic with fear. We do not approach this topic with impatience. And we do not approach this topic with intention of predicting dates. Keep that in mind. The narrations of the Ahlulbayt alayhimussalam warned us to be cautious of anyone who gives exact timing, because the knowledge of the hour of the dhuhur of the Imam alayhi salam is only with Allah and those whom He has entrusted. Our goal is not to predict but to prepare. The Ahlulbayt alayhimussalam taught that true believers remain consistent, steadfast, and grounded. They do not jump from one assumption to another. They do not lose hope when events do not align with their expectation. They follow the Imam through knowledge, not through panic. And that is the goal of the series, to build understanding, clarity, and readiness. As we begin with the series, keep one thing in mind, that every sign, every narration, every event ultimately meant to prepare you, your faith, your character, your resilience, to be among those who stand with the Imam alayhi as-salam. When the world shakes, you will not shake. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among the supporters and the companions of the Imam alayhi salam and amongst his soldiers. Inshallah, as with the next video, we will talk about the events of the last 6 months before the appearance of the Imam alayhi salam. So stay with us. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.